Hello, good morning.
Hey, lady, how are you?
Hey, Cecilia, I'm pinning your video right now. And guys, if I'm talking kind of smaller, it's because I think I lost my voice. Or either that or I'm sick, whichever one. I don't feel like I'm sniffling, but yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, been speaking way too much. This will happen. Anyways, let's get started. I don't know why I started rambling on there, okay? Time to get back to this interview. Cecilia, I'm so glad to have you here today. It's our second time reconnecting live, and I'm really excited for my group members. We're broadcasting this to all three groups to get to know your story, what you're about, and what journey you went on. This interview, Cecilia, it's going to be a little bit shorter. It's not going to be a whole hour. It's going
Okay.
to be like 30 minutes. I don't know. I'm trying to save my voice too today. So thank you for showing up. And Cecilia, how did you stumble upon this? Let's say take a step back. Before you knew that you could monetize with groups, were you already monetizing with your group? Were you launching already? Were you trying things out? I know that you know how to help people run their Facebook ads. What was your journey like in terms of getting clients before Ignite?
Well, first of all, I hope you feel better. I know you said Friday your throat was a little scratchy, so it's still carrying over. So get you some hot tea with honey and lemon.
Yes.
Yes, love it, love it. Okay, so prior to meeting you, I was doing a 7 day super advanced workshop for Facebook ads. So it was like an intensive 7 days. I had this 35-page PDF and I was giving people this 7 day experience, but it was a lot to take in because there's a lot to Facebook ads and there's a lot of nuancy stuff that you don't even kind of get into until after you start running ads like retargeting and creating custom audiences and lookalike audiences. So my clients were very happy with the 7 days. Am I dark? It looks like my lighting is bad. I don't know. Can you see
You
me
have,
okay?
yeah, I see you just fine. In fact, your camera got better. Did you improve your camera?
I
Like,
got a new computer.
oh
Yay.
my
With
God.
my earnings from Ignite, I upgraded to a super fancy HP Z Fury 17-inch workstation. Like I didn't even get a commercial laptop. I got a workstation. It's awesome. I love it. But anywho, I digress. So
No, no,
yes,
that's
so
awesome.
they was. That's how we do, right?
Cheers.
So yes, yeah, I got my lemonade here. So they were coming back to me and they were like, "Oh, can you help with this? Can you help with that?" And I was like, "Of course," but that is an add-on to what we discussed, so it's an additional price. They were like, "Oh no, that's fine." So they were more than happy to pay, but I started feeling like the sleazy salesperson. You know what I mean? The person who only gives you so much stuff, and then like, "Oh, you want to do that? That'll be an extra $5,000 or whatever," you know.
Yeah.
And I did not want to be that person, right? Even though they never complained, they were so happy to get the help. They raved about how great it was to work with me and how I showed them how to use Facebook ads like nobody else. But I personally just didn't feel good offering those upsells, but I couldn't figure out how to put it into the 7 days. So we connected through an event that I did, Profitable Social Media Made Easy. And I reached out to you, and your team got back with me and said, "Oh, yeah, Kim will do an interview." And after our interview, I was like, I got to know what this girl does. I got to be a part of her tribe. I loved it. And once we connected and I got involved with Ignite, Michael, my amazing coach, was able to teach me how to take my 7 day program to boil it down to a 5 day challenge and then to expand it into a 6 month transformational program, which has been fantastic. And since I got started, I've signed up 6 people. I've done 3 5-day challenges. My fourth is scheduled for this month, and I have enrolled 6 people and into my program, and I've raised my price 2 times.
Oh my God, that's incredible. I love your story, Cecilia, because when you recognize that something is working, you kind of like go for it head on, and you don't have a lot of as much fear or inhibitions as, I don't know. I talk to other people; they have all these mental blocks. You just don't have that. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Let's go, and you just go straight for it. You're like, I'm gonna raise my prices. I'm gonna launch again, and I'll do that again. And so I knew that when you were coming into Ignite that it was going to work for you, because we needed clients like that. Not needed, but like those are the clients that are the best. Will do the work, get results, and quickly. And did you? One of the things I want to emphasize is that we do say that, hey, you can make this an extra 5 to 6 figures a month. With your Facebook group, even if it's smaller. How did you, before you went in, and then as you're going through the program with Michael, how he helped you restructure your offer? Did you feel like what were the fears that went through your head? Although you're very fearless, what were the things that made you might hold someone back in terms of maybe launching for the first time, or launching into a smaller group, not having a lot of people on the lives, feeling like, oh my gosh, I only have like 2 people watching me. How am I going to do this? Like, describe your launches and your experiences. I know you launched repeatedly, and you would enroll like 2 people, 3 people at a time. And for others, they would be like, oh, that's only 2 people, I failed. But for you, you're like, no, I'm going again in 2 weeks. Let's go.
Yes.
So walk me through, were there any fears? Were there any like, thoughts that you had that, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. And then your feelings on the other side after you started enrolling and seeing that this could deliver results. And then let me know your group size. Like, that's really important as well. What number did you start off with? How many people got into your training? How many people you get 6 enrolled? How many registered? I want to get into the numbers, because I think that's really important for people to understand that they don't have to have 10,000 followers or like a big number to succeed. I'm so sorry. My energy is not that crazy today. I'm like,
Okay.
hello. It doesn't sound normal to me.
You are fine. So, well, let's talk numbers first. And 2 people is not something that makes you be like, oh man, it's just 2 people. And the reason why is because you teach how to create a high ticket program. So 2 people for me is like $8,000. Who doesn't want $8K a month, right? So exactly. Look, I am perfectly happy with 2 people. I'll be happy with 1 person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as long as I'm, bringing people in and I know that I can make a difference, that's what's important. So, because again, I think when I started out my program, it was 3,000 and 2,500 paid in full. That was the first month. And that was the first month I did it. I did it in my main Facebook group, which I think I had like maybe 150 something people in that group at the time. That was in June. And I got my first sign up at the end of my 5-day, right? So I started on June 12th. I did my launch on June 19th. June 23rd, I had my first sign up. So I was like, yay, over the moon, right? And then I didn't get a whole lot of live participation in the group. I think my best day, I had 7 people on live. And then you also teach how to do the VIP sessions, And I think on the VIP sessions, I had my best day was like 5 people show up in the VIP session. So that was month 1. And then after talking with Michael and kind of going through the motions, because the first month is the scariest, right? Because you've never done it before. You don't know what to expect. You don't know how people are going to receive you. And so after we kind of did a eval or whatever, what is it called?
Debrief.
Yeah, thank you. We did a debrief. So month 2, I decided I was going to create a pop-up group. And what
Mhm.
I found was that the pop-up group was better because I'm actually the people who are coming into my pop-up group through my Facebook ads. These people they're here to get the information that I have to share. So that for me helped me to like laser focus and zero in on the people that really wanted to hear the information. So that was month 2, which was pretty cool. And I got 3 signups in the second month, right? So now I'm up to 4 people. Yay! All
Yay!
right. And I raised my price. So my price went from 3,000 to 3,600 with a paid in full option or a monthly option, right? So that was month 2. So then month 3, which was just last month, was my biggest month to date. I raised my price up to $4,200 and I got 81 people opted in through my I know, right? So 81 people opted in, my biggest pop-up group to date. I had tons of engagement, tons of VIPs coming into the fold, and that's when I got my second 2 people, or my 2 people rather. So that brought me up to 6 people, and I raised the price from 36 to 42. And then this month when I launch, I'm raising the price again. And one of the things I talked about with you, we did a hot seat Q&A on one of your coaching calls because you guys have got so much value. Like there's coaching calls 5 days a week, right? And so talking with you, we talked about raising my price, but also provide what value can I provide for justifying the price increase. So what I've been able to do is partner with a motivation coach and also partner with a LinkedIn coach. Even though I'm primarily on Facebook, one of my clients, she is in the life insurance industry, and that is kind of like more geared toward LinkedIn. So, but anywho, he also talks about LinkedIn. So I partner with 2 people who are able to come in once a month to also provide value to the group. And then I put more stuff in there. Like one of the things I added was an email follow-up series. Like how do you create your email follow-up? We don't want people to get stuck on, oh, I don't know what to write in the emails. So I got you. Here's an email follow-up series. I gave them, I threw a whole bunch of more stuff in there, but so I added a lot of stuff, not only because I wanted to raise my price, but I wanted it to be like a one-stop shop. I wanted them to be able to get everything they needed from me without having to go anywhere else to either hire somebody else or to purchase another program. So I'm excited about this month's launch. It's only the 5th, and I've already got over 30 people signed up. Yay!
Snap, snap, snap.
Yes, I got 13 more days until I actually do the 5-day challenge. So then numbers. So my main group, which is the free group. So I've been doing the pop-up groups for the challenges these last 2 months. I'm going to use the pop-up group again this month. And it's grown by about 30 people. So what I did for the end of my second and third challenge was I let everybody know I'm cleaning house. I'm kicking you out the group. If you want to stay connected with me, here's the link. So I gave them the option to connect with me into my main group if they want to learn and stay current and relevant on social media. So that's how that works.
Yes. So you were constantly growing your main group with your pop-up group. You collapse it into your main group, which is the technique we teach as well.
Yep.
And then you were consistently increasing the number of people that would register for your training. And you were consistently enrolling every single time. You would get like at least 2 clients come in. And while some people are like 2 clients, you're like, hey, that's 8K. 8K is what, that's only 2 people. And that's not working 40 hours a week, 40 hours a week, 4 weeks a month for like 3K or 5K, right? So it's a way for you to leverage your time. All right. So the numbers are, it sounds like you did more than 10K total. It sounds like that after all your launches, maybe. I don't know for sure. But every single time you increase your group by 30 people, the main one, 150, and then your smaller ones, you said that at first you started off with 7 or 8 people on the live. And then 5 of those people would show up to your VIP session, which is a good turnout. Out of 7, 5, that's a good amount. And out of 5, 2. So that's a pretty big conversion.
I'm excited. That's for sure. Yes, I'm excited. So we have grown a little bit since you and I last talked. When we originally did our first interview, I only had 4 people. So I brought on 2 more people. So we've increased from the 10K, which is awesome. And another thing that I've done, and I was talking to my accountability partner, is that, I've been able to shrink my hustle, for lack of a better term, down to 2 weeks out of the month. So before, when I was doing the 7-day challenge, it was like feast or famine, right? Once the 7 days are over, I gotta hustle and find more people to sign up with the 7-day. But this way, I work literally 2 weeks out of the month. I do like a mini challenge, which is something new I tried last month for the last challenge. I do like a mini get to know me challenge, you know what I mean? Kind of prep them for the actual challenge. And then I did the actual challenge. So I'm working like 2 weeks out of the month outside of coaching the people who signed up with my program. So how cool is that?
Wow. Cecilia, you never cease to amaze me every single time we talk.
Right? So I went from the hustle and flow mode, to where it's more relaxed and easy. So I love that. And like, now I will tell you, I punch a lot into those 2 weeks, from doing your own challenges that it is no joke. I mean, you got to bring the heat, the fire, the unicorns, and the rainbows during those 2 weeks. But again, knowing that I get another 2 weeks off is pretty cool.
Yeah. So you can even plan like a vacation or, right after a launch, it's a good time for you to say, hey guys, we're not going to start to 2 weeks. Or your coach that you recruited, that you partnered up with, those 2 coaches could go and help you fill in the gaps for when you're gone. So I really like that you went from feast or famine mode. Hey guys, if you allow StreamYard to see your name, I will see it. Otherwise, type your name in so you're not Facebook user, but hello, welcome. Talking to Cecilia today. She's a Facebook ads expert. She teaches people how to really get their ads going, but she also added a component to her coaching, which is where we teach leveraging other coaches to come in and help you coach your people, because then you don't have to be the expert with LinkedIn. You can bring in a LinkedIn expert. You don't have to be an expert with who's your other coach. Are they?
He's a mindset.
Yeah. And Billy is here. Billy just joined Ignite, Cecilia. And you'll be happy to hear, I think Trish is coming. Christy.
Chrissy, I know.
Yeah.
I told her to shit or get off the pot last night. Quit playing.
You're like, hey, in the time that you waited, in the time that you stalled, I made 10K, more than 10K.
Oh, God.
And Billy actually has a group of 1,300 music producers. So he's already sitting on this big pot of gold that
definitely.
So when he started talking to he's like, I've never monetized from the group before. I'm like, you spoke to the right person at the right time.
For sure. Yes, definitely.
So let's talk about like the challenges that you feel you had to go through. I know I feel like it's pretty easy because you have a very good personality to bring the heat, to bring the fire, the unicorn, and the rainbows. What if someone is a little bit more introvert? Like, do they have to be like, as rah or anything to have the methods that we teach have you succeed? Do you have to bring that heat? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Because I feel like some people watching this interview would be like, I'm not Kim. I'm not Cecilia. I'm not, loud and proud as much. I am a normal person, or, I have a group and I don't go live that much, but I haven't monetized it yet. And I know I'm sitting on something good, something big. what would you say to those people who really want to monetize from their audience, just haven't yet, and is sitting on this pot of gold, as we keep on saying?
I would just say be your authentic self. I mean, this is who I am. I can't not be this girl because this is all I know, right?
Yeah.
But you just have to be authentic. And if you try to be that big personality, or you try to be that loud girl, I'm just loud by nature. People are like, I don't know how to whisper, right? So I'm just like, I can't help it. But if you're not that person, don't try to be something you're not. People will connect with you being authentically you, and they'll learn to trust you. We got to build that know, like, trust factor. And people can tell if you're feeding them a bag of smoke or whatever. So be who you are authentically. And then the thing that makes it so easy to integrate your program is because you give us the slide deck, right? And in your slide deck, there's enthusiasm built in there. So, for those who are new or just getting started, you don't have to like reinvent the wheel. One of the things I say every time I do my challenges is there's nothing new out there. We already got fire. We already got the wheel. So whatever it is that you're doing, you're just redoing what someone else has done and putting it in your voice. And if you are a little toned down, I mean, you got to sound like you like what you do. You know what I'm saying? You can't be monotone. You can't be mousy. But at the same time, you don't have to be like this huge Tony Robbins type personality to get the job done. And again, your tribe will, what is it my friend says? Your vibe will attract your tribe.
That's a great quote. Your vibe will attract your tribe. And I really like how you said just be yourself, because online, I feel like we pretend. There's a lot of people who pretend to be, just pretend, because part of it is fake it till you make it kind of, world. And how great is it to show up exactly as who you are, surrounded by people who are very similar to you, because you're going to attract people just like you. And you get to show up to a few of them every month, and be financially abundant from spreading what you teach. That becomes an amazing reality. Another thing that you told me is that your energy is now more, it's less stressed. You have a flow going, and it's only been like a little bit over a month, 2 months inside of Ignite now, and you see that shift in you. How many years or how many months were you trying the other methods of running? Because I met you when you were running a summit. You did the other challenge. Was it just those two, and then you tried our method, jumping into Ignite? Or what was your journey? How long were you feast or famine mode? I'm curious. I think I know, but I don't remember.
That's okay. So I've been online for over 3 years. So I was fired in March 23rd, 2018. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was fired, and I was like, you know what? I'm not getting another job, right? I'm like, nope. I was also laid off in 2008, when we had the big housing crisis. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just over this whole job thing. I'm going to make it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to find a way. And then I had a lot of tragedy happen in my life. I lost my 4 favorite people in the whole wide world in a span of like 15 months, right? So I went into this bubble, but I was still running Facebook ads, because, hey, you can run a Facebook ad for a $19 offer all day long and make enough to pay the bills, right? And so it wasn't until the fall of 2020 when I was like, okay, I'm coming out of my shell, coming out of my bubble or whatever. And so from, I would say, February until I started with you in July. I was like all in feast or famine. I qualified for one of those payroll protection loans from the government. That helps kind of get me by and get me through. But again, I'm like hustling hard trying to find people to join my 7-day program. And once the 7 days was done, again, it's like, it's great if they come back and want to offer me more money to train them more, but I'm still in the feast or famine. And then I started with you in July. And prior to starting with you, I had like tapped out, like all my money was gone. And it wasn't until the end of August when I got like, what I say, 3 clients that month or 4 clients? No, because I got 6. So anywho, it wasn't until the end of August when I was able to get back in the black. Like, we talked about it offline and you knew that I was like, super broke, which is another thing I tell people about, when you're making an investment in your future, it's no different than, like, for me, I went to college to be an engineer. And then I went back to college and got my master's, right? So I'm like $70,000 in debt for college loans. And I've been fired twice in my life from high paying jobs, whereas people will balk at the investment that they make to do something like Ignite. And Ignite has a proven track record of generating success, whereas college degrees, I mean, it's like hit or miss. I don't want to say they don't have a proven track record for success, but I think people get what I'm saying.
You're saying that some people would like get into hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt and then go and work, at a job that gives them like 40K a year or something like that.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. And hey, Billy, I really love your enthusiasm here. And hey, David, Billy's like, I can't wait. Just close the giveaway and have 3,000 new leads to convert. I feel like a major breakthrough is coming. I love this.
Yes.
And I love how the format of that training, the 3 or 5 day training that we teach, really enrolls people who are willing to go for it. Like actually, that momentum gets carried on. I want to talk about your client experience. How has you delivering to your clients? How has that changed? I know you've had you know what you're talking about. You delivered results. How has the way that you've been treated by your clients, or how has your client journey changed itself? Can you shed a little bit of light on that? Or was it all like, hey, I continue delivering results and it's all good?
No, it was, that was something that I struggle with. And again, my super concierge, Michael, helped me walk through that as well. When I first started, since I only had that one client, my first month, I was doing, Google Docs. Like my whole program was in a Google Doc. But after I got my 3 clients that second month, I was like talking to Michael and we were discussing, kind of like, well, what do we do here? And I went and actually purchased a membership portal. So the great thing about it is that even though I only work 2 weeks out of the month, I provide accountability and coaching calls 3 days a week. And so that is a way for me to just plug in to my clients, see where they're at, where they're having trouble, and to give them the support that they need to get over the hump or whatever block they're having or whatever. So by transitioning from a Google Doc to a true membership portal, not only does it give me more credibility and make me seem more professional, but if someone gets started, like say someone starts today, right? But my challenge isn't until the 18th. They don't have to wait for this new group to get started because the membership portal is there. All I need to do is send them an email, they create their password, and boom, they're off to the races.
That's amazing. And at what point you said at 3 clients, that's when you started the membership portal. So that's a great testament to how you can launch even without having all your videos there, everything together. And people are willing to pay you thousands of dollars to learn from you, and be patient with that process and ask from you what they need from you, which is to me, like to assume what they want and give that to them versus really giving them what they need is, kind of spending all your time creating all these videos, trying to make it professional, there's none of that here. It's just
right.
like, let's go.
What is that saying? Jump and build your plane on the way down.
Yeah. Build the plane as you fly it.
Right?
Hopefully not down. Like it continues moving forward like this. But yeah, I love that, Cecilia, and that also helps the people who are listening kind of break through their mentality that's like, oh, why would anyone pay thousands of dollars for what I know? And why would anyone pay when there's like something that is being built in the background as you're going through it? And the answer is all the time. Yep. People invest in themselves all the time. The 3,000 to you that you feel is so much, so much that people are willing to pay for. After a while in our space, it's kind of like, of course they're going to do that. Of course, your knowledge, the 3K, will give them the ability to make way more than 3K in their lifetime back, especially when they know how to handle Facebook ads. And it's the same goes to any program. I invest in myself all the time. You know that, Cecilia, because it pays back dividends. It's not only learning for now, it's learning for the years to come. And it's being able to teach our clients that we ourselves invest, we ourselves keep growing to continue your growth, to continue the growth of your students. And I think in an age where, not an age, but in a time when a lot of people get jobs and they're like, I've been in this job for 10 years. It's like, you've done this. You've done the 1 year track 10 times. It isn't like 10 years of growth, really. It's like the same year after year.
Right.
And in this space, I see a year is like a whole lifetime. It's like a boot camp of so much growth. So I'm excited, Cecilia, that you're a part of it. And I'm excited that you're helping because, like you said, there are going to be some people who resonate with the Kims and some people resonate with the Cecilias. I even have a client that taught social, how to organically attract online, which is something that we also teach. And their client gave us the feedback that, or gave them the feedback that they know who I am. They just resonated with her more. And, because of her, what she did, her track record. And that really shows me that, there's so much abundance in this space. There will always be people for you. And they will be able to connect with you as long as you are yourself when you show up and you're genuine about it. Yes. So I love that. All right, Cecilia, I'm gonna respect your time as well as save my voice, but I want to thank you so much for showing up. Just so you guys know, Cecilia is also a Chrome boss now, so we'll probably see her Chrome extension launch shortly. She's just going forward for it. She's living that ecosystem, the get clients world and then the software world, and combining software and clients together. I think that's the ecosystem we embody, and that's the one Cecilia is like just straight up going for. And I love it that in about a couple more months or a year's time, we're gonna look back and Cecilia will have all these clients and all these subscribers for her software. She'll be a software CEO and she's a coach. She has 2 types of companies. It's going to be super cool. Cecilia, where can they go to find you, to get help on Facebook ads, LinkedIn, and you also have a motivational coach, and your challenge is coming up as well.
Awesome. All right. So I am going to edit my name so that way you can find me on Facebook. And just go ahead and friend me. And then also send me a message on Facebook letting me know that you found me through Kim or you know me through Kim, because I get so many friend requests that I don't even check them. And the Bitcoin, crypto, and Forex people are the worst. So just message me if you are Bitcoin and Forex. I mean, no disrespect whatsoever, but they are the worst for sending what I call fake friend requests. They really don't want to be my friend. They want to pitch me. So if you are that person who is with Bitcoin and Forex, I am happy to know you. But just message me so I know who you are, and I'll be happy to accept your friend request. Once you go on my page, if you click on my cover, it tells you exactly, another training from Kim and Ignite. If you click on my cover photo, it'll tell you exactly how to get registered for the event that is happening on October 18th.
All right. So if you want to learn Facebook ads, go ahead and look up Cecilia. And when you message her, say, I am not a Bitcoin or Forex troll. Just kidding. I have nothing against you guys. You know what's funny, Cecilia? One of our clients is a Forex trader.
Oh, wow. Well, and one of my clients, my early 7-day clients, he did Forex as well. And he came to me with that fake friend request. And I was like, hey, do you want to know how to find the people that are looking for you? So he signed up for my 7-day workshop, and he totally switched his business model. And so instead of sending out those funky friend requests, he created Facebook ads to target people who are at or near retirement to show them how crypto can be another asset in their investment portfolio. And now he's booming.
Oh my gosh. Are you
Right.
do you have him as a video testimonial? Are you going to interview him in your next challenge?
Unfortunately, he works for a company where he can get in trouble for having another job. So he is like super secretive on Facebook. I would love to have him as a testimony, but I get it. I mean, my job, that's why I got fired. They were stalking me on social media. So I get it. I'm like, HR, what are you doing? You don't have nothing else to do but start. Look, I need to be wondering why you are on Facebook during working hours. How about that?
Well, I don't know if this might be a stretch, but one of my peers, he records audio testimonial, not video, and then he doesn't have the name. So it's just like an audio play. You could play the audio. And that's also something that, clients like to be private sometimes. But if you can get like an audio testimonial from him where he doesn't state where he works or anything, he uses a very generic name or doesn't even state his name, but just talk about how great you are, Cecilia. At least it's something that is not going to be like, oh, I can't give you any testimonial, period. I think you should try to approach him with that and see if he's going to say yes to that where it's audio. And you can even like go a little bit further and say, I'll distort your voice, but him telling the experience of, hey, before I met Cecilia, this is what happened. This is what happened because of Cecilia. This is the ads I ran, or this is the type of ads I ran. This is the why I did that. And now I am making X and X, blah, 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 because of Cecilia. That would go a long way as well. And that will build out your case study for when you are no longer launch dependent, for when you run a BSL. So, yep. Anyways, some coaching right there.
No, I love it. I hadn't even thought of that because, I'm so used to either people giving me a written testimonial and I can put their picture with it, or doing a video testimonial that I didn't even think of doing the audio piece. So kudos and thanks for that. I'll reach out to him today.
I love it, Cecilia. Okay, I'm going to let you go. So find Cecilia at ceceliafaymorris on Facebook. And thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys in Ignite. We are closing cart today. We have 2 spots left because we filled up all, like, people enrolled all the way. And so don't wait until the countdown hits 0. Get in before then, okay? And you'll see Cecilia in there. Bye. Bye. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. If you liked that video, then you will love all the resources that I have over at kimcdang.com. That is KIMCDANG.com. There you will find all my courses, my extensions, all the offers that I have, as well as a lot of free resources if you are just getting started.